Thanks for watching. If you're tuning in today, you're only here for one reason and one reason only, is to know everything about my daughter Niveanna. She's gonna be 1 month today. Yay! Woo! So I'm super excited to do like a 1 month postpartum type of video. My struggles, her struggles, and just in general with like family and stuff like. And stay tuned at the end of the video because I'm gonna be showing Nivi at the end. Okay, so great, let's go. So without further ado and without babbling on about stupid stuff, let's get started. The first question is, so what I struggled with. I struggled with baby blues, and if you don't know what baby blues is, it's when you have, I looked it up because they were telling me that I had baby blues and I was denying it, but now I'm really seeing that I possibly have baby blues. Baby blues symptoms, it's mood swings, anxiety, sadness, irritability, crying, decreased concentration, trouble sleeping. I do have trouble sleeping. I do have mood swings. I already had anxiety, so it's like anxiety times 10. And sadness. I'm not sad or depressed. I just cry when she cries. Like it's really weird. Like I feel her pain. I struggled with baby blues because it was like, you know, I'm a first-time mom, so it's like it's hard to figure out what's wrong with your child or what's wrong with your baby when they're crying so much and you don't know because they're so young and, you know, they can't speak for themselves. So it's like you have to play like the guessing game to guess what's wrong with her, you know. So that was one. Realizing, another one is realizing that I did have a baby. I was kind of like in denial. Like now that she is home, I kind of like didn't like I accept that she's my child. Like I love her, don't get me wrong. It's just I was in denial. Like I cannot believe I just had this beautiful baby. Whose baby is this? Whose baby am I holding? You know, and it's like, it's just like, it's not a bad feeling. It's like overwhelming, like with joy and happiness. And it's like this little person could just make you so happy so quickly, you know. And I'll look at her all the time and she just makes me laugh. She does like these like little faces and it's just so funny. And you know, she's a newborn baby and she smiles. I never seen a newborn baby smile as much as she does. Like she knows that she's smiling. Like I'll look at her and I'll tell her to smile, she'll smile. Like it's just so weird. And I'm like, this is so crazy because, you know, babies don't smile this young. But yeah, that was one. Another thing that I kind of struggled with was talking to her and smiling at her because, you know, it was at one point where like probably like a week I went without saying anything to her. I would feed her, burp her, change her, and I just like, you know, I wasn't really wanting to talk to her because it was just, it's not that I didn't want to, it's just I didn't know what to say to her because, you know, she just has this like blank stare at you. Like, you know, it feels like you're talking but she doesn't care, you know, because she doesn't know her facial expressions and stuff like that. So it's like it was kind of hard for me to talk to her, but now I talk to her like she's my best friend. So that's one thing I overcame. Another thing that I struggled with is waking up every 2 to 3 hours to feed her and to burp her and stuff like that. I lost a lot of sleep and I'm not blaming her because, you know, that's what she needs, and I was, you know, willing to get up and, you know, feed her because that's, you know, what you're supposed to do. So I lost a lot of sleep. So that's not her fault. That's just her tummy telling her that, you know, I'm hungry, so get up and feed me. And I was happy that she was doing that because, you know, it makes me feel, you know, she's eating and she's healthy. Another thing that I struggled with was breastfeeding because I was doing both breastfeeding and formula. And the thing is that I struggled with breastfeeding is that I wasn't pumping enough. I was only pumping like 1 ounce. Like since I gave birth to her, I was only pumping like 1 ounce. And then like the second time I went in, it was like 2 ounces. So each time I did it, it would increase. The maximum level that I got was 4 ounces, and that was good because, she was only drinking 4 ounces anyway. But it got to the point where, you know, I couldn't breastfeed as much because, one, I live with my parents. So I'm not living with my boyfriend, so he's not here to help me all the time. And you know, I don't want to depend on my mom or my sister to help me all the time. I want to try and do this on my own, you know. And because she needs a lot of attention as well, so I kind of forgot that, you know, you're supposed to pump every so often. And you know, I forgot. So you know, I stopped pumping at one point, and then I was back to 1 ounce. So it was like, you know, every time when I did pump or like my breast was leaking, I would pump and, you know, just give it to her because, you know, the breast milk is good for her, you know. And so that's what I did. Eventually, like, I'm running low on supply, so that's why I made sure I had formula just in case, because I know eventually I wasn't going to be pumping enough for her, and she eats a lot. So, oh, and another thing, she's 9 pounds today. Yeah, when she came out, she was 7 pounds, 8 ounces, and she's 20 inches. And now she's 9 pounds, 21 inches. Just know that she's 9 pounds and she's healthy. Yay! So I'm just happy about that. With Nivi, how she's doing good. She's gaining weight. My one concern was because she was a little jaundiced around her belly button. That's the only place. And she was a little bit yellow, but taking her outside in the sun for like a few minutes, I didn't keep her out there for too long. For her to be my daughter, she's very light because her skin is super sensitive. I'm very, like, I can get tan just like that. Like her, she's very pale, like, you know, I can kind of say that she's pale like my sister, because my sister, she has to get sunburned to get a tan. She will most likely have to get a sunburn to get a tan. Now she's getting full with color. Her skin was like kind of like transparent. You could see her veins and stuff like that. Now it's starting to fill in a little bit. She does kind of breathe differently. I mean, I don't know how a baby is supposed to breathe, but she breathes like with her chest. I'm kind of thinking that she might have asthma. So, you know, I'm scheduling a doctor's appointment for that. The things that bothered me as a new mom was that I'm very protective over my child. So, you know, she hasn't got her shots, so, you know, you don't want to take a baby out when she doesn't even have her shots. One, there's mosquitoes that carry diseases. There's bugs that could sting her, and you don't know what she's allergic to. 3, there's germs all around, no matter where you go. And, you know, I know people want to see her, but, you know, I just don't want her to get sick. And it's like people have to fall back and recap how it was when they first had their child. Did they have people all over them touching her and stuff like that? And did they take her everywhere? Because if they did, that's not how I'm gonna be. Because, you know, the way I'm gonna protect my daughter and, you know, bring out my daughter, I don't want her to get sick. For the fact that she just came out the NICU, you know, she was just, you know, having problems breathing. So, you know, you don't know what else could go wrong. And, you know, and it's gonna be hard on me because I'm the mother and I carried that child. No one's ever gonna feel how I felt when she was in my stomach. No one's gonna have that connection or that bond, you know, that you have with your child, you know, and nobody else will. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. What I feel is best for my child is going to be, that's it. Like I said, I had a big problem with people touching her. When she was in the NICU, I didn't even want anybody to come to the NICU to see her. But if they did, I was okay with it because in the NICU, you do have to wash your hands. So, you know, I had like a big issue with washing hands and stuff like that. And to this day, I still wash my hands. Change her diaper. After I change her diaper, I wash my hands because, you know, I don't want anything that's on my hands to get on her because, you know, I just feel like protecting her from everything and everyone. No one is gonna understand how you feel and what is your motive for how you act around family, you know. So just put it like this. She didn't get her shot, so just know that I'm very protective over that. And you know, and if you're sick, please stay away from her, because you know, I don't want her getting sick. She doesn't have any shots. And the thing is that I still do, I put a receiving blanket over my shoulder, you know, because what I have on my body, she might get sick off of, you know. So if you're gonna hold her, make sure you put a receiving blanket on. That should be common sense. Everybody should know this. But you know, some people want to be good-er and don't put on a receiving blanket. Aside from all of that mood swings, I guess you can say, the best part about her becoming 1 month and just being 1 month with her home with me, you know, well, scratch off 3 days because she was in the NICU, but you know, still, it still counts as 1 month being here. I love her smile. I could be the maddest person in the world. I could just get done arguing with someone, or someone could just make me angry, and when she just boom hits me with a smile, it's like my whole mood changes. She's the only person that could actually make me feel better as a person and make me feel happy again. When before, you know, I could just be mad and just no one could make me happy. If I'm mad, I'm mad. Don't even try to make me laugh or anything. But her, when it comes to her and she smiles, it's like I'm not even mad anymore. Like, I'm just looking at people like, why are you even mad? I'm not even mad, so you shouldn't be mad anymore. She does laugh, and it'd be weird because, you know, she's like a newborn baby and she's laughing. I never seen that before. It's like kind of like she's like breathing hard. She's like like something like that. And when I look at her, her mouth is like she's showing pure gums, and it's just so cute and so adorable. Like, it's crazy. Like, that just makes my day whenever I see her laugh or smile, or you know, laughing, smiling. It just brings joy to my heart, pretty much. And she does, when I do talk to her, sometimes she has this like serious face, and it just makes me bust out laughing, because it's like I'm there being all goofy and silly and being in her face, and you know, and just talking to her and, you know, trying to get her to laugh, and she's just looking at me serious, and then it just makes me laugh because it's like I just made myself look like a fool, and you know, she's not even, but I know she doesn't know how to work her muscles and to laugh and stuff like that. But still, it's just so hilarious when I'm there doing that, and then, you know, she's just looking at me all serious, and it's just funny because she looks like her dad and she's being serious, and you know, she's just like a little person, and I don't know, it just makes me laugh. It makes everybody laugh. And another thing that she does that is hilarious is she'll be sleeping or wide awake and she farts. You know, I mean, that's normal for every baby to fart, but she farts a lot. And it's funny because it's like, you know, my mom always told me don't laugh at a baby that farts because, you know, it might hurt their tummy. Like, you know, one of those superstitious things, you know. But it's so hard not to laugh because it's just like she'll just let it out and she'll just be looking at you like, what? Yeah, I did do it. What are you looking at me for? And it's just so funny, and I can't help it but laugh. And my mom's just like telling me like, don't laugh at her. You're gonna make her stomach hurt. So sorry, Mom, I cannot help it. But every time sometimes I don't laugh, but you know, most of the time it's like I can't help it. It's just so funny. Oh, and another thing is I was kind of worried about bringing a new baby into the world and how my nieces and nephew was going to react to her. Like, I thought that they weren't going to like her. They were just going to, you know, cry whenever they see her, or don't want to play with her, or don't want to be around her. But to my surprise, all of them love her. Like, they're all telling me all the time how she's so cute. Oh, they love her. They just want to take her with her home. They just want to dress her. They want to play with her. They just want to squeeze her. And it's just so funny because these are my nieces and my nephew ranges from 2 to 5, 2 to 6. you know. So it's just amazing how like these little children can just love a little person and they're still a little person too. So it's just, I love that, you know. Nivi's right here, so if you see her move, she's sleeping, but she's okay. Overall, I just love her. I just, you know, she's surrounded by love, and I just want her to be around love, no hatred or anything like that. You know, I'm still human, so I'm working on myself as a human being and stuff like that, and things, and you know, people that I don't necessarily have a liking to. I'm trying to, you know, do my best, you know, because when you have something as precious as this and you want to protect her, you don't want anybody to touch her and stuff like that. And what's mine is mine. I'm not sharing, you know. So with that being said, I'm learning how to just, I'm trying to learn how to just, you know, be more open to taking her over different places, even though I still shouldn't be taking her anywhere. But I'm just saying, you know, to be fair, how I feel is if you want to see her, come and see her. You can come see her at her house where we live. So it doesn't matter if you see her here or there, you know, you can see her as long as you see her, right? Not spend like 5 minutes and then leave. You know, if you want to bond with her, you bond with her. Doesn't matter if you spend time with her here or there. Sorry, it just cut off on me. But anyway, maybe for a good reason, because you know they feel the tension. Thank you for watching. That's the end of this video. Happy 1 month, Nivi. You're right next to me, but happy 1 month. I'm glad that you're here. You're happy, you're safe, you're healthy, you're gaining weight, and you're beautiful, and I love you. Okay, so without further ado, let me show you Nivi.
She's mad right now.
Cause you lift me up when I can't feel. I'm not gonna fall for gravity. Cause